So in the last part, what we have created these three objects, which is file, FOS, and OOS, and we tried to store that object into the, we have written that code in which we can store data into that file. Let's try to run this. So as we have discussed, there is no permission for this, but still if you try to run this, let's see what is the error we are getting here. So if I say run as Java application, the output you can see here is we are getting an error. Error says it is not serializable exception, which simply means you are not allowed to store the state of an object directly. Okay, so you can see this class is not serializable. Now question arises how to make your class serializable. It's very simple. Now there is a concept of marker interface. So what is marker interface? Marker interface is an interface which has only one, which doesn't have any abstract methods, which means it's a blank interface. So we can simply say we need to use that marker interface here, and the marker interface name here it is serializable. So the interface name is serializable. Okay, so it is. So now you can say we are not defining any method. It's simply because this serializable interface is a marker interface, which means it doesn't have any method. Okay, and that's it. Let's run this code now. If you try to run this, let's say run as application. Okay, that means we are not getting any error. So we have done with the execution. Now let's see where this file is created. So we can switch back to our folder, and you can see we are getting a folder here or a file which is serial. And if you open this serial file, you can see we are getting some data. Now obviously to maintain the security, it will not show you the exact data which is getting stored. We can see Rahul here, and we need to search for data in this. Or we can also open this with WordPad so that we can see something. Okay, so you can see the name is Rahul, but we are not able to see the score. So it is Java's own way to store that data. But what we want now is I want to fetch that data and store in some different object. Let's say if I create an object called as cricket, and we'll say this is C1 equal to, okay, I just want to declare this. And when I say I want to create this object, I want to fetch that data from that file. Now question arises, how to fetch the data from the file? And you might have guessed till now that instead of using file output stream in this for to fetch, we have to use file input stream. Instead of using object output stream, we need to use object input stream. And instead of write object, we need to use read object, right? And yes, you're almost right. But how to do it, that we'll see in the next part.